Good day, students. Today we're going to look at the solution to number 7 multiple choice, part of your chapter 8 sample quiz in book 3 of your math 1026 booklets. And this one deals with finding the measure of an angle given a right triangle with two sides. Now, first thing we're going to do is figure out the sides according to the angle. Now we're asked to find angle A, which is right here. So what is 12, what is 10 according to A? Right? Remember now, the one opposite the right angle is always the hypotenuse. So there's the right angle. Opposite that is the hypotenuse, the longest side. The longest side is always the hypotenuse, and it's opposite the right angle. So this side here is the hypotenuse. Now angle A is there, so this side over here is what we call the directly opposite it, so we call this the opposite side. Okay, so that side is the opposite side. Now if this side is opposite and the other one's the hypotenuse, then the 10 must be the adjacent. Okay, so if you're not sure, make sure you label sides like this. Then you have to choose the correct trig ratio to use. Otherwise, this is going to be, you're going to get it wrong, right? So what is the correct trig ratio to use? Okay, what is it? Now, you should know all three trig ratios. You should know those. Okay, you should know that sine of an angle, let's say it's A, is the opposite side to the hypotenuse, the ratio of opposite to hypotenuse. The cosine of A is adjacent to hypotenuse, and the tan of angle A is opposite over adjacent. Now, pick the right one. Well, what ones are we using? According to angle A, the two that we know are the 12, which is the hypotenuse, and the 10, which is the adjacent. So we don't want one with opposite in it. That won't help us. We don't know the opposite side. So we're going to use adjacent and hypotenuse. Now, which one uses adjacent and hypotenuse? So that's why it's important to choose the correct one. We must use cosine. So the cosine of angle A is the ratio of the adjacent side, which is 10 centimeters, to its hypotenuse, which is 12 centimeters. So the cosine of angle A is 10 to 12. That means that angle A, anytime you want to find the angle, remember you must use this button. Find the inverse cosine of 10 over 12. So remember, to find an angle, it's the inverse, right, of the ratio. And the inverse button is written cos to the -1. We call that inverse cosine, or arc cosine. So that's all you do. Now you go to the calculator and you find your inverse cos. There it is right there above cosine. So we have to press the blue second button first. Inverse cosine. Now make sure cos to the -1 comes up. Okay, and then put in the fraction or the decimal. In this case it's a fraction. 10 divided by 12. Put it in. Oh, I got 11 there. Let's go back and fix that. 12. So the inverse cosine of 10 divided by 12. That should give us the angle A. And it's 33.56 if we went 2 decimal places degrees. Now that answer is not there. So assuming we round to the nearest angle, since all are nearest integers, nearest angle would be 34 degrees. So the answer to this one, number 7 multiple choice, is A, 34 degrees.